This conference will now be recorded.
Good evening, everyone. I am Rajni Jain. On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, I'd like to welcome you all to this online meeting. Please take a moment to review the guidelines for this online meeting posted in the chat window. I now request the moderator, Mr. Lakshmipati, to introduce the speaker and start the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rajani. Good evening, everyone. I am Lakshmipati and I will be moderating this meeting. Agricultureinformation.com likes to welcome to this meeting Dr. Anandkumar Naorem, the head in charge and scientist in soil sciences at ICAR Central Arid Zone Research Institute, Bhuj, Gujarat. Dr. Anandkumar Naorem will be speaking on the topic Spineless Cactus, an unconventional yet intriguing dryland fodder. I now request the speaker to begin.
Thank you so much to the Agriculture Information team. Is my voice audible now?
Yes, your voice is audible.
Okay, so my screen is also visible. Can I
Yes,
get
but your
confirmation?
camera is off now. You can come
Yeah,
on the
I kept
camera.
my camera off because my bandwidth is a little bit slower. So in order to avoid interruption.
Then it's okay.
Okay.
Please go ahead.
Okay, shall I start then?
Yes, please.
Okay. A very good evening to all the team of the Agriculture Information. Respected farmers, students, entrepreneurs, and all the members present in today's meeting. I'm Dr. Anandkumar Naorem from the ICAR Central Arid Zone Research Institute. And today I'll be sharing some thoughts on a very unconventional fodder resource. So there are some slides we'll be going through one by one, and we'll be understanding what kind of the discussion which we'll be having today. So when I say cactus, a very few random vicious things must have crossed your mind. Whether it is spiny or children must not touch it, or it cannot be used for, it can be used for boundary or so much more. But what if I say we have a cactus without these issues? It is spineless cactus, which we call in the scientific name of the spineless cactus is Opmuntia ficus indica. So how our spineless cactus differs from the thorny cactus? First, obviously our cactus doesn't have spines, so no problem of injury. No, it's very easy to handle. The second is the nutrient content of this cactus is higher than the wild spiny ones. On the other hand, the alkaloids are lower in our cactus, which is good. The alkaloids are physiologically very active and often extremely poisonous. They are the bad guys for the natural products world. So if I say this Opmuntia ficus indica, is it a miracle crop? How it is used for different purposes? So I can say that the spineless cactus can be used as a green fodder, or as a vegetable, or as an edible fruit. Don't forget to watch out this Kunal Kapoor's recipe of cactus on YouTube. We have also prepared this cactus vegetable, and believe me, it's amazing. Surprisingly, this cactus powder is used for purification of water. It acts as coagulating agents for the impurities. It can also be a medicine in treating arthritis or immunity development, etc. And this is a picture which I have collected from Cactus Garden, and this is of a product which I saw in the Cactus Garden, and they have been claiming that it has medicinal values. Moreover, similar to aloe vera, it is used in several cosmetic ranges, and it is also useful and helpful in restoration of the degraded areas. This picture I have taken from the Cactus Garden, Vadodara, Gujarat. It shows how the cactus can be used for improving the health of different parts of human body. So why we introduced the cactus in Kutch area? We have introduced this cactus in Kutch. This is the arid regions of Gujarat. First of all, the Kutch receive very less rainfall, around 300 millimeter per year. So we need some fodder crop which needs very less water. Then Kutch has a very livestock-based agriculture. So during the driest seasons of the year, farmers often need green fodder. So the cactus is something that grows all year round. So what if some farmers say, this is a new crop, I don't have any idea? We don't need to worry because it's very easy to cultivate, first of all. And here, most of the farmers are very small scale farmers. So we need some fodder crop that requires minimum input, as much as minimum. And it is also a good fodder, rich in water as well as minerals. And it also solves the problem of limited water intake in arid regions. So if you ask me what are the things we do in Kajri, as a research station in the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, we perform detailed research on soils, fodder, fruits, and nutrient management in cactus. We also maintain the 64 germplasms of cactus collected from different parts of the world, different countries. And we also have a laboratory that analyzes all the quality as well as the nutritional parameters. And we also train the farmers through field days and hands-on training. We distribute the cactus cladodes to the farmers. So what we will discuss today, we will discuss what are the steps which we need to cultivate this cactus, how we can feed this cactus to the cattle, and can we propagate ourselves, and what are the advantages and disadvantages of feeding the cactus. And today I'll be excluding some of the points, for example, the detailed scientific results of the research trials which we have here, and because in order to avoid the jargons, I will miss that. But if you have interest in knowing the scientific details, then you can contact me anytime. Then the first question is why we need to feed this cactus to the cattle. It is not just a source of green fodder. It also reduces the water intake, and it also improves the milk quality and quantity, both in amount as well as the quality. And it contains a series of essential nutrients. I'll be coming to that later. So shall we start planting cactus? Okay. First question is where we should plant the cactus. Cactus loves well-drained soils such as sandy loam. Clay, sticky soils must be avoided because cactus hates waterlogging. So you have to select the sites that receives enough sunlight for proper synthesis. So cactus can be grown with other crops or alone. Here I'm growing with stylo. It is also a grass which is grown in arid region of Kutch area. It is also a grass rich in protein because cactus is a very low protein. So in order to supplement that, I'm growing a grass which has a good protein source, which is stylo. You can grow with other crops like maize, or you can grow itself as a sole crop. When we can plant cactus? The answer is simple: anytime, any time of the year. But two things you have to remember. The first one is there should not be waterlogging in the field, and second of all is we should avoid the plantation during the winter season. But the best time to plant the cactus in Kutch area of Gujarat is from June to August. As we can see, this growth peaks in this graph. This is one of the results which we have generated through our research trials. We came to know that June to August is the perfect time to plant the cactus spear in Kutch area. Then how to propagate or get the cactus plant? It's very simple. It is vegetatively propagated. Means you don't need to collect the seeds or seedlings for cactus propagation. So you have to select a very mature leaf, a large size one, which we call cladode. And you have to cut the joints between the joints by a very sharp knife. Make a sharp clean cut, and you can take a single cladode. You can take one cladode attached to the basal one, or you can take two cladodes attached to the basal one, which is shown here. Either you can take this. So after cutting it, we cannot plant it directly. You have to put in a shade for a few days to heal the cut part. It will be healed like this. It may take around 1 to 3 days in summer, and it might take longer time during winter. Check if the liquid oozes out from the heal part. If the water still oozes from this healing part, keep it for a few days to dry. Because why it needs to be healed? Because so that the pests and diseases should not develop in the planting material and spread it on fields. So this cactus can be planted in either pits, making small pits, or in the furrows. So if you have to make a pit, then make a pit of around 30 to 40 centimeter deep. Make sure it is not low-lying area because water must not stagnate there in the fill. If you have compost or any kind of manure, you can incorporate it while planting. But if not, if you don't have, it's fine too. Then how far the cactus must be planted from each other? The answer is it depends. Because for the low rainfall areas where you receive very low precipitation, that's better to try to keep this cactus closer to each other to use the water efficiently. But for the traditional purposes, if you want to grow traditionally, then 1 meter in the row and 2 meter between the rows is perfect. So after getting the cactus cladode as planting material, we put the cladode diagonally for easy spread of the roots. Then half or 2 by 3 of the cladode must be buried in the soil for quick germination or the emergence of the roots. Then the next question is how to feed the cactus. First of all, we select the mature cladode with high nutrient content. We chop it with help of chopper, or we can chop it with the help of knives. And after getting the chopped cladodes, we mix it with the dry feed. How much we are going to mix it, I'll come later. and we feed to the cattle, I think the cattle loves it. We have tried here, we have tried in different farmers field also, and we have provided to different farmers to taste their themselves. A few points we need to address: how we should feed to the cactus, how we should feed the cactus to the animals. We should avoid the direct grazing of cactus by the animals. The first point is because cactus is very rich in water. So if the animal eats directly, they might suffer from animal diarrhea. So it must mix with the dry fodder. Direct grazing also destroys the crop and promotes rotting of the crops. So chopping it before feeding, that must be recommended. It can be mixed with different types of dry feed like Napier forage or grass pea hay or any kind of chickpea straw, anything. Dry feed if you have it. If you have a green fodder also, that's very fine. So how much supplement should be added? 30% of the feed ration should be supplemented by the cactus cladode, the chopped cactus cladode. So the next question is, why do we need to apply irrigation for this crop? Basically, the cactus is a drought tolerant crop. As you can see, that it's a very obvious reason because cactus have been found in dry areas of India as well as other parts of the world. So irrigation is not a common practice. But application of a very small amount, which we call a supplemental irrigation to the cactus, can make a very significant increase in the crop growth as well as the production. Do they need fertilizers? We had a trial. I'm not giving the detailed research results of this trial, but as a conclusion, I'm just giving that the cactus loves organic. It responds faster to organics than inorganic fertilizers. So if you have an organic fertilizer manures like compost, vermicompost, FYM, please go for it. And if you also have fertilizers, inorganic fertilizers, then you can supplement it. But giving the cactus with FYM and compost, they do have a very good result. So what if it grows very big? Because it grows very fast and you don't know that, suppose if you kept unintended for several of days, it might grow very well. So for pruning, you please always remember that Mickey Mouse ear shape. Likewise, try to maintain this shape of Mickey Mouse. Whatever it is between this ears, please remove it like this. Like this shown in the figure, in this picture, he's removing the cactus cladode between this Mickey Mouse ear shape because it allows for a better propagation, better spread of the cladodes. That's why there won't be any competition of space, nutrition, sunlight between these cladodes of the same plant. We also did some research on cactus fruit. Why we did? Because there was a very big curiosity of the entrepreneurs and farmers who visit our farm. They always ask us that how can we use this fruit? Are this edible? Is there any export market for it? And how we can gain some monetary gains from this fruit? And when we visit the village elders also, they do have claims that this can treat a lot of diseases, and we used to give to the woman who has a low hemoglobin. So there are a lot of claims. In order to understand it, we need to have a basic requirement nutritional component of this crop, and to obviously to complete a research package of cactus from our place. So this is a simple background. uh, Different amino acids were detected. These are some of the amino acids. I'm giving the importance of this amino acid. I won't go very deep. Each amino acid has a different purpose, why we need this amino acids and all. Because there must be some reason why we detect diptryphan, then glycine or glutamic acid. Uh, we have 5 extensions which have fruit varieties, and we also collected the fruit from the wild cactus grown on the roadsides. And we try to understand that what is the nutritional composition between both of these cactus fruits. You can see that most of our cactus extensions have higher amino acids than the wild one. This is the wild one, and these are all the extensions which we are cultivating. This is the spineless one which we are cultivating in our farm. They do have a higher amino acids than the wild one. The one of the probable reason is that these extensions are being maintained very carefully by us. On the other hand, this wild one was left unintended. It must have gone through a lot of stress. That's why maybe the nutritional requirement of the fruit might not be sufficing from the stress level. I would like to bring your attention for a very small detail, the taurine. This is an amino acid, a very essential amino acid. Recently, it has been discussed in the scientific community quite a lot of times. Taurine is a component which is found in ORS drinks, or when we take saline, or when we take some energy drinks. Taurine is the main component. But unfortunately, taurine is not available in most of the food crops, the commercial food crops which we are having in daily life. They don't have taurine as much. So in order to extract the taurine, we need to harvest a lot of huge amount of the plant materials to get that sufficient amount of taurine. Very surprisingly, we got the taurine as high as 550 milligram per liter in our cactus fruit. That means that it has a huge scope for pharmaceutical industries to claim for several benefits of this crop in terms of taurine level. Likewise, the proline and glutamine acids, everything was calculated. We have been distributing the cactus cladodes to a lot of farmers, and we are having a lot of requests from most of the farmers. These are the details, the name of the gram panchayat or the name of the farmers who has been collecting the cactus in 2020 and 21. But since the starting of the project 2017 to 2021, we have distributed around 5,025 cactus cladodes, and they belong to 41 villages of Kutch area. We targeted only the Kutch area for now, but we also have expanded to the cactus garden in Statue of Unity. So whenever you have an opportunity to visit the Statue of Unity at Vadodara in Gujarat, you can have a view at cactus garden. It's wonderful. They do have more than 6 lakhs of cactus plants, in which our extension has been a part of that this museum. So these are some of the newspaper prints we used to make the farmers aware to the newspaper prints, local newspaper, then the articles, then a lot of blogs, then videos and all. These are some of the brochures. So whenever you visit our station, you'll be provided with all of these brochures, very summary of how we can plant the cactus and what are the importance of having the cactus in your farm. In order to educate, in order to make not to in order to aware all the last sections of farming community and the scientific community, we have made some educational videos, 3 of the educational videos in different languages like Hindi, Gujarati and English, to target a lot of all sections of people to understand why we need to raise awareness on cactus cultivation in drylands of India. We do have 64 sessions maintained in nursery as well as field, because if there is some pest attack or something, then we can provide it from the field as well as from the nursery. So this cactus cultivation is very new idea. It might look crazy at first, but since 2017, we had RRS Bhuj Kajri has been working tremendously in order to promote this and in order to understand what are the importance of this cactus cultivation. And thankfully, we have been succeeding in convincing most of the farmers, and like several sections of the farmers, they are very happy with it. So this is a team we have. These are a small part of the team. We do collect the soil samples, we analyze it, then we study all the research space related to the cactus cultivation. So thank you so much for giving me your precious time to listen to this presentation. And if any questions, I'll be happy to answer that. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Anand Kumar, for a very good, detailed, interesting presentation. I now request the participants to ask their questions. We'll also be posting the speaker's contact details in the chat window. Now over to the participants for questions, please. Participants, please indicate by keeping your mics on. The first question is from, who would like to ask the first question, please?
Hello.
Yes. Yes.
Hi, sir. This is Abhisa Verma this side.
Mr.
Can
Abhishek
you hear
Verma?
me? Yes.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Hi, sir. First of all, thank you so much for the beautiful presentation. And I'm really sorry I joined after the 5 minutes because of the network issue. But I wanted to know about the leather which is made out of this cactus. Do you have any insight out of that? Because I think it's pretty trending right now. It's called vegan leather. So can you give us more information about it? I'd really appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Abhisa, for your appreciation regarding the presentation. This is one of the common questions it has been came to the YouTube. There is, I think you might have got this information from YouTube. There is a channel, I think, promoting the vegan leather. We have there was an offer from the I think Mr. Abhishek, could you please mute your mic because my echo is coming back.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, thank you so much for your understanding. We do had an offer from the ministry to have a research on the vegan leather. We did try to contact the people who have been doing the vegan leather from Mexico as well as from Spain. So the problem was that in order to have a vegan leather, the outer cover of the cactus has to be very thick, because all the water content has to be discarded and the layer has to be extracted to make a leather. But our leather, our cactus which we have, they have very thin outer covering, we have to feed to the cattle and it has to be palatable. So when the offer came from the ministry to have a research on the vegan leather, we tried to have a small analysis of how really we can do it. Then I put a proposal to the ministry to have a collaboration with the leather research, this one, the Institute of Leather Research from Chennai. So we don't have, because as our station is mainly focused with fodder, they haven't given the that mandate to us. That's why we haven't proceeded further. But I think that if we get the main component of the powder to coagulate that leather, then everything is easy, simple. We just need to get that the composition of the leather powder which they are getting it. So we tried to contact them, but there were no reply from the industries, because they are private industries and we are central government, so we cannot do that. But that's a very good idea, and I appreciate that if some entrepreneurs or somebody who have the ability to come up with this, then I'll be happy to help that. But till now, I'm very sorry, I'm afraid to tell you that I don't have information about that.
Understood, sir. Thank you so much for your information. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Abhisan.
you. Okay, next question. Next question is from Mr. Ajit Chowgle. You have any question?
Hello, thank you,
Yes,
sir.
Mr.
Hello,
Yeah.
Dr. Anandkumar. Thanks for a nice
Yes.
presentation for a new subject you have opened to us, because so far we have seen the cactus with a lot of these spines, but the first time you had introduced, so I will find it a little attractive and very nice also. Anyhow, thanks. Only thing I want to know whether we can grow it on these fields, because we have in the fields we have a lot of thing fencing. I mean, this thing we have put this thing. I mean, soil heaps are there. That means for the differentiating one field from another, whether it can be grown on that, because as you said that only a limited water is required for this growing one. So
Yes.
on the based on only rains, or if we have wells, that can be done it. But if you say it's well and good, and whether that type of I mean cultivation we should go, or we should have a proper this thing, like what crops normally we go grow it in these fields.
Yeah, you can go for it. Perfectly, you can grow it. Please make sure that the soil doesn't have salinity, because the cactus extensions which we have, they cannot tolerate the high salinity, which we say nearby the coastal areas. It can survive, but it doesn't have a proper growth. The growth which we really want for the yield purpose, it's not that the good enough. But for any places like yours, which you have mentioned it, you can obviously go there without any problem.
So one more thing, last question. Thing, does it have any effect on this thing? I mean, climate, because basically I am from a Maharashtra. Here we have some moderate to high rains. Secondly, we have better winter also. I think you may be familiar with this thing, climate. And because as you are going in the Bhuj, I think it is a somewhat drought area or dry area, not drought, dry area, something like that, compared to our area.
Yes.
So whether this our climate this is advisable, or this thing with growing of this cactus. And secondly, whether black cotton, because we are have major of this thing, or fields we have black cotton soils. So whether this is this condition is okay for that.
Okay. So the first, I'll be answering to your questions one by one. The first question is regarding the weather. The present prevailing weather in Maharashtra. It's perfect for cactus, because we do have clients, we do have farmers, entrepreneurs, then progressive farmers from Mumbai as well as from different parts of Maharashtra. So the cactus has flourished in their fields very well. Some have even tried in their terrace, some have even tried in the window pan by putting some soil, or some have even tried in their own field. It's working very wonderfully. Why cactus loves water. It doesn't hate water, but it loves water. The amount of the humidity, the amount of the moisture which the Maharashtrian soil has, it's perfect for cactus. Therefore, the type of the yield which we get in Maharashtra will be higher than the amount of the yield which we get in Bhuj area. because there's a lot of stress in Bhuj area. So obviously you can go for the Maharashtrian soils. The answer to the second question about the black cotton soils is the black cotton soils are very sticky in nature. They are very little bit clay. They have a high amount of clay particles in the soil aggregation. So we need to take care that more ploughing should be there so that the water either leach out from the soil or otherwise it can be taken out as a surface runoff. It can be planted in a black cotton soil. It's not a disadvantage for it. You can plant in black cotton soil, but you have to keep that precaution that there should not be no water stagnation in the field, no water logging, so that otherwise the crop may proceed for rotting, or it may bend down, or it may not grow as what we like, and the yield may be hampered because of that. So you can go for it.
Thanks for this thing. Actually, you have given the thing encouragement because you said that this our climate is good one, so we can try it. Anyhow, sir, this thing you can you put some light on this? Any pesticide or any fungicide? Because we do this is a new crop. What we have heard, so we are not aware of this. Whether it requires this thing or it is itself is strong enough to take care of this thing, fungus or any this thing. Any pest. Insects.
Okay. The first thing is that during my slide also there was one slide I have shown that we need to cut the cactus cladode and let it heal for a few days. So what we used to do is that we used to cut the cactus cladode and we used to treat with barbistine. A fungicide is there, so we used to treat it and we used to give to the farmers. But nowadays what farmers they are doing is that they want completely organic. So they want a disease-free organic planting material, and they want to proceed this cactus cultivation completely free from pesticides or fertilizers or any kind of chemicals. So all farmers, or many of the farmers, more than 50 farmers who has been cultivating the cactus in our Kutch, they are doing all organic, and they haven't faced any problem of taste or yes, they haven't faced any problem of disease attack or fungus attack. But one two may rot because of a fungal attack, but it may not be it won't spread to the other plants. So there is no point of concern for that. But it is a very new crop. But if you want to go for pesticides, then we do have a list of pesticides which is recommended to be applied or for the cactus cultivation.
Thanks a lot, sir. I will get you back in this thing after the meeting, sir. Okay. Thank you.
Sure. Wonderful. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Other questions? Any more questions, please? Okay, otherwise I'll just go to see if there are any questions posted in the chat window.
Hello.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, hello, sir. So thank you for giving me the opportunity. I just wanted to ask that I have seen several brands, developing cactus leather and everything, and it's becoming a sustainable fashion. So like I tried researching too, and then but I saw that the chemical compositions, everything was a little complex for an ordinary man who was not involved in the actual science of it. So I wanted to know, like, what's the process from where I can get the resources and everything, and how can I initiate that?
Okay. I think I have answered a part of this question in earlier question. Uh, the vegan leather has been started from the Mexico side. So two brothers, I think two brothers or two friends, they have started doing this vegan leather. The problem with them is that they haven't disclosed the chemical composition of the coagulating agent that helped in making the leather. So we need to know the composition of it. So what they used to do is that even though you have this cactus, even though if you collect the cactus from our station and you try to make a vegan leather, then it might not have a possibility of success, because our cactus which we are cultivating here, they are meant for fodder. It means they have a very thin outer layer. So for a vegan leather, like you are saying, for a sustainable vegan leather, we need to have a cactus excision which have a very thick layer so that it can be rolled out and it can be done. But if you want to get more information, I think you can continue later on to discuss about the chemical compositions and all. But till now, there is no open patents for the cactus vegan leather.
All right. So basically, it's their own patent which they are working on, and that's what they are developing. So if I
Yes.
research and and if we connect with you and get some scientific evidences and get do some research in the laboratory and get my patent, then I can work on that, right?
Yes, obviously. Mr. Singh, what you can do is that, see, it is very simple. They used to grow the cactus, they used to chop the cactus, then used to press it, then used to extract it, and they make a thin sheet of paper, and with that paper, they roll it and they make a leather. The same thing. So, what the difficulty in this very small process is that there is a powder form that coagulates everything and make a leather so that it can be rolled out as a sheet that roll out as a shade, and we can make bags or anything from this vegan leather. So if you know the composition of that coagulating agent, then you can do it. So many people are trying it, because I think last year also and this year also, we had some entrepreneurs from Mumbai. They came to my place and we had a discussion for around 1 to 2 hours regarding this vegan leather. And they have been trying with a different varieties of coagulating agents. So yeah, I think if you're interested, then you can do some trial basis on different chemicals, and you see that which coagulating agent is perfect for making that later in order to roll out as a seed. You can try that. So if you need further information, you can call me. We can have a collaboration.
All right. All right. Correct. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay, Mr. Singh. Yeah. Thank you.
Hello, Lakshmi sir.
Thank you, Dr. Anand, for answering that
Lakshmi
question.
sir.
Anything else? Yes, please
Lakshmi
go
sir,
ahead.
Lakshmi sir, with your permission, shall I ask one question?
Yes, sir, please.
Please go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Doctor sir, hello, Anandkumar.
Yes, yes, please.
Again, have Mr. Myself Chogle. Again, I come back. I have question that right now we are also, planting that seeds, the cactus. Whether the same process is here for planting the seedless, because we are cutting the leaves and the stem, we are just pressing in the soil. That means actually cocoa pit, and they are doing well. We are making this what is called at succulent. Actually, we are doing this is basically in the succulent field. So from there
Okay,
also
okay.
we are making the small cactuses there. Is it the same procedure you have follow, or this is a different one? Whether it's a samplings are available and where to plant it?
Okay. It's a little bit different, because this is a crop which was developed for a very easy handling for the farmers. So as you are saying, the succulents, they are a little bit difficult to propagate. We need to put in peat soil, or they need some little bit more care. But for our cactus, we don't need much of that care. So if you see my slides, it has been shown very clearly that how we just cut it and make it hill
Yeah.
and just put it diagonally. That's all. No other care
Yes.
like we used to do for ornamental cactus plants.
Right. And second, if at all I want to go with this cactus, whether the samplings are available or we have to how to proceed. Same thing. After the meeting, I will get back to you. But
Yes.
I'm just more interested in doing this thing. And last question, as you said that this is used as a fodder. Right now, is it in use anywhere in India or this thing? In Gujarat especially
Yes.
as a
Yes.
fodder.
Okay. For the first question, for the procurement of the samplings, we are distributing to the Kutch farmers. First of all, our priority is for Kutch farmers, because
Yes.
there are two reasons for that. First one is that the Kutch farmers are having a lot of problems for getting the green fodder during the dry seasons of the year. So we have to solve that first problem. Second problem is that they want some crop which is very affordable. They don't need to grow again and again. You can harvest it all the year round. So we are targeting that. But on the other hand, in addition to that, we are distributing to different farmers. The farmers from Maharashtra, they come to our station, they collect it. But for till now, we haven't sent to the farmers from other states. Or otherwise, today also we have sent to research station, but all the expenses they have paid, everything. Likewise, you can collect from our station. Otherwise, we can send to you, and the rest of the amount you can pay through it. And for the, can you please bring back the second question? I forgot.
No. So as a fodder, sir, because as you said, this is used as a for cattle feed. No, because we actually our area is a rich and fishing, famous for this thing. Next to your Amul, so that's why.
Yes. It's wonderfully grown in Farmersville. I never expected that the farmers. That's why I love Kutch. The Kutch farmers are very cooperative. The first, when we start promoting this cactus crop to the farmers, as it's a very new crop, and it's a crop that when it comes to our mind, it feels like it's a spiny thing and it's not of no use. I thought I advised them to put in the hedges or wastelands so that they can try first, and if they like it, they can put in a main field. But the Kutch farmers, most of the Kutch farmers, they are very cooperative that they started putting directly in their own field. They make a small plot, a very experimental plot in which they started putting all this cactus plant, and they found very good results. And now many farmers are they are doing sole cropping. They are not even doing the intercropping. They are doing only the sole cropping of the cactus. Yesterday we had a meeting with two of the farmers in the Hattari side. They even had electric fencing around around this cactus cultivation, because nilgai loves it, rabbit loves it, because the water content, the nutrient content of this cactus are so good that nilgai used to come and attack it. So now I can say that it's grown very widely in this area, and Kutch farmers, they are loving it.
The last question, this thing, because this is as you said, this is used as a fodder. So whether we have to take care of the cattle and this thing, other animals which this thing after planting it, whether it will attract the this thing just to protect the plantings, I mean from these cattle, whether they will eat it, because it is not having any seed, needles, so they may love to eat it. That's why.
So that's why it is called a crop. We have to protect it just like we do protect the other crops. We do have to protect it, otherwise it's a little bit difficult for it. They love it. That's why we do need to have a little bit of pets.
Doctor, sorry for disturbing you. Actually, my intention was to ask you a question this time, whether they can eat it directly rather instead of, because you said this is used as a fodder directly.
Yes, they should not eat it directly. They should not eat it. It should be chopped, and they should be mixed with other dry fodder. The first reason is that our cactus has 80 to 90% of water. So if they consume that much of water in gel form in their body, then they might suffer from the animal diarrhea. So that's why, in order to avoid that, direct grazing should not be recommended. So we should chop it, and we should mix it with the dry fodder.
Last question, this thing, what is the right time for this thing planting? Whether this right now the monsoon is coming up, is it okay, or after the monsoons we have to plant it?
Yes. The answer is any time of the year you can plant. But the thing is that during the winter, the growth is little bit lesser. The rate of the growth is little bit lesser than the summertime. In monsoon time also you can plant it very well, but please make sure that, as I have told repeatedly, that you have to maintain that the water should not stagnate in the field. So in the monsoon you have to take care of this small part, otherwise it's perfect. In any time of the year you can plant it.
Thanks a lot for the nice, information, and congrats you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Arvind.
Thank you. Any more questions, participants? Any more questions? All right. Okay, that is all we have for now today. We have now completed the round of questions. I'd like to thank Dr. Anandkumar Naorem on behalf of Agriculture Information for taking his time to speak with us with an excellent presentation. I now request the organizer of the meeting, Ms. Rajni Jain, to please close the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Lakshmipati. I like to thank the speaker, Dr. Anand Kumar, for taking the time to talk with us. I also like to thank all the participants for their time. The meeting will now be closed.
Thank you so much.